There are several more proposals you've likely read about this week that are getting attention. We'll try and spend the last few minutes we have together covering as many as we can. This week, a media conference was held on the filing of House Bill 4, a bill to criminalize grooming a minor. Also a priority bill this year. Measures to create partnership agreements with the Kentucky State Patrol and Immigration and Customs Enforcement have been filed in both the House and Senate. Senate Bill 86 and House Bill 47. That one also sponsored by our guest, Representative Roberts. House Bill 186 has also generated headlines since its filing. A proposal to require all office holders in Kentucky be natural-born citizens. And on Friday, Logan's Law was filed, a bill closing a loophole allowing mandatory re-entry supervision for some prisoners, named after a 6-year-old boy who was murdered by a man that was released under that provision and later taken back into custody last fall. Representative Roberts, I'll stop here with you since I mentioned some of your bills here. First on House Bill 47, why do you think that's necessary, and do you have any concerns around any heightened tension like we've been seeing in Minnesota occurring here?
Absolutely. So, Bodie, ICE did not bring chaos to Minneapolis. The rioters and the folks openly defying law enforcement's lawful execution of their duties brought chaos to Minnesota. So I don't have those concerns. House Bill 47 is a simple extension of a 1996 law that was signed by Bill Clinton that allows for Immigration and Customs Enforcement to partner with state and local law enforcement through 3 models: the jail enforcement, the warrant service, and the task force model. I'm going to focus on the task force model because that's what House Bill 47 does. It requires KSP to enter into a task force model agreement. I'm focusing on KSP specifically because when we look at the negative consequences of illegal immigration, we look at drug trafficking, human trafficking, those types of issues, which largely utilize our highways and our interstates. That's where KSP patrols best. 287G trains these officers to detect the signs of illegal immigration, to know the signs of legal immigration, learn about civil rights, and also gives them access to the DHS database so they're better equipped. From there, they are deputized with the ability to initiate these investigations in the scope of their daily duty. So this isn't new raids, this isn't anything along those lines. This is simply in their day-to-day. They pull someone over for suspected DUI. They get a domestic violence call. They get a call about gang violence or any other type of crime. They go, the suspect, they have reasonable suspicion to believe is here illegally. They have the resources then and a DHS database to see, has this person been detained before for immigration violations? It is a simple pathway to expedite this. There's significant federal funding as well now, up to $175,000 per department per year, with the only string attached that in the first year of this new partnership, they have to buy a new patrol vehicle, which is something our law enforcement community needs. They need more resources, and this is a way to get them that. So that's why I think it's needed.
So let me bring in Representative Moore. Your thoughts on that bill before we can move on, maybe touch on a couple others before we are done with this segment.
Right, and then I want to go too deep into Representative Roberts already went pretty deep. I'm all for equipping our law enforcement officers with more training to recognize signs, whether that is of trafficking or those who are in our country illegally. I don't like the mandate model that we need to have law enforcement that have to sign into these agreements. At the same time, I'm all for information sharing. I've told that the prior administration did not allow law enforcement agencies at the local levels to share with ICE. I'm all for information sharing, but I don't think we need a mandate entering into agreements if it makes their jobs more dangerous at all, or if it decreases the trust they have in their own communities. All
right, I'll throw a bone out here for a bill that's getting a lot more support right now, Logan's Law. That is a bill that you've co-sponsored and really led the way on here. Is that a bill that a lot of Democrats are going to be supporting as well, Representative Moore?
I think that you will see a lot of aye votes, a lot of yes votes on that, because we absolutely want safe communities. And if that's people, and you can correct me, Representative Roberts, but essentially unanimous by the parole board not to let them out as far as the decisions, and it's only for the most violent offenders, just to make sure that person does complete their sentence. I think that does make sense. That reinforces safe communities without it being overburdensome for nonviolent offenders.
Any quick comments you'd like to make on that bill?
Yeah, sponsoring Logan's Law has been primary co-sponsoring Logan's Law has been the honor of a lifetime. It's unfortunate that our laws failed the Tipton family the way that it did, but we've got a narrow area to ensure that violent offenders who are denied parole aren't getting released on mandatory reentry supervision, that we're actually getting those with mental illness the help that they need, and that we're giving the jury a greater ability when those convictions for violent crimes happen to impose sentences that they deem appropriate that we have otherwise restricted them from, that just about every other state allows for.
Alrighty, y'all. Thank you all so much for the discussion. There's plenty more bills I'd love to be able to dive into, but we're unfortunately out of time, and hopefully we'll be able to give them a little bit more attention as they move through the process this session.